I'm Rick Stivers. I'd like to welcome you to Young Martin's Reels. Today's project is going to be this Shakespeare push-button WonderCast number 1779 reel. And I really thought I had done one of these. And I picked this one up not too long ago. And I said, hey, I don't need to do that. I've already done one. I got to check in my library and found out that I hadn't. So we're going to do this one. It's a model EK, which I think, if I remember correctly, when I looked that up, I think it was, I'll verify it, but I believe it was 1961 was the first model of this reel to come out. And this one here is in really remarkably good shape. It's going to probably go into my display case over there. I really like this reel. Let's give it an operational check. Okay, it's very sluggish when you rotate it, but it does rotate. That's a good sign. The anti-reverse is functional, working. Let's tell you about the anti-reverse override. There we go. Okay, we've got our push button, which locks down and then returns. So that part's working. And the drag on this is built into the cover. If you look right here, you've got felt pads that ride inside here. There's 3 of them, and they ride against this surface right here, and that is your drag on this. And you tighten it down. As you tighten the cover down, that tightens down your drag. You can hear it's got this clicker right here, and that tightens your drag. And the tighter you want it, the more you screw it down. So, pretty unique feature. The only reels I know of that have it, maybe others do, but the only ones I can think of right off the top of my head are the Shakespeare reels. Okay, we're going to put that down. Let's make sure that our button comes in when we hit the button. Okay, the rotor comes up, the button goes in. That looks good. When we rotate it, it drops down, and the button pin comes back out. So that's good. All right, let's see if we can get the rotor off of this. I gotta hold the handle while I turn it. There we go. That popped it loose. A little bit of dirt inside there, but aside from that, it looks pretty good. And the way this works is when you push this button right there, it lifts this rotor up. When it lifts it up, this piece then falls inside like this and falls into this notch right here. Okay, and as you rotate it around, that piece then catches on this part over here, which moves this back out, and pushes the pin back out, and it drops back down into place. So that's how the rotor works. This one here has a slight dent on it right there. Not sure how they managed to do that. My guess is somebody dropped it. Okay. All right. And some of these will unlock by rotating and unscrewing, but this one doesn't seem to be doing that. So we'll take a look once we get into the back side. Let's go ahead and take the handle off. And for a Shakespeare reel, this knob is in remarkably good shape, because most of these, even ones I've seen that were protected, this piece is all crumbly and broken. And in this one, it's in great shape. So we're going to take that off. And I'm going to take the opposite side of this off before I take the handle side. And it might be that we didn't even need to take this side off. We're going to take it off anyway so that we can see inside the reel. Well, we think we're going to take it off. There we go. That pin goes in. That's holding the button. Lots and lots of old grease, really caked in, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so this piece holds the button in, so we didn't even take it off to get the button out. So let's go ahead and remove our button. And let's see, okay, that's got that design in the center there. All right, so let's go ahead now and take the 2 screws out of the other side, 3 screws. And it does appear that all 6 case screws are the same. Lift this side out. Okay, this got one of them anti-reverses that I'm not real crazy about, I think. We'll see how that works. We're going to take that apart. Okay. And let's set that down for the moment. Let's set it down. We'll leave it in picture so we can remember it. All right, let's see what it's going to take to remove this spool. And just It's just a slip fit. Okay, just needs, it's got old grease in there. That's the only thing holding it. So we'll clean that out. This piece here, this pad should be oiled. Okay, we'll set that, and we're going to strip all that old line off of there. And now we would like to take this out, and in order to do that, well, let's see if it will slide out of the back. Some of these will. Let's see. This one will not. Okay, so let's see what we're going to have to do. Take this off. There's a pin or a clip that goes in. We've got this little I call it a hat channel or hat clip, and it's really kind of in the way. I thought it would fit down on there better, but it doesn't seem to want to. But what we're really after is getting hold of this clip right here. We're going to grab hold of that clip. You want to hold the spring down. There we go. There's the clip right there. See? Okay. We're going to sit it down over there. And then it's got this little hat channel. I call it a hat channel. It kind of looks like a cowboy hat to me. Okay. We're going to sit that down. Slide the spring off. This goes forward at that point. Okay, there's the spring, and now this will come out. We'll go ahead and take the pinion gear off. If it will come off, there we go. There's the pinion gear, and we're going to look and see if there's a washer down in here. Sometimes some of these have a washer right here. This one does. There it is. Okay, and remove that washer, and then this will slide on out of here. And there's our washer right there. Okay, so those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces for that center axle shaft. All right, everything out of there is removed. We're going to clean that up. Set that to the side. Now we're back over here to our main gear and our anti-reverse. So we're going to slide this main gear out like that. All right, that's actually in. This is one of the simpler anti-reverses. This is good. Okay. It does have a spring, but that spring, we could take this on apart, but that's not really a lot of point in it. You take this one screw out, and there's a washer, and then this will slide out, and then that releases your spring over here. This spring's got a really good grip on it. See, it hooks right there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me blow this up for just a second. Okay, see the spring comes under and hooks right there. Okay, so it comes from here, comes around, and then hooks right here. And that piece is staked in, so it cannot come out without damaging it. All right, that is the disassembly. So I'm going to clean all these parts up, and I will be back in a moment. All right, that was a lot of fun. Managed to get that done, get it all cleaned up. And we're ready to start assembly. So we're going to start off with this axle shaft assembly. We're going to start off putting it in, and we're going to slide this in from back over here. Now before I put this in, I want to give it a shot of oil along the axle, because this is going to turn inside here. And we'll go ahead and slide it in. Now, next to go on to that is going to be this washer. Remember I showed you this washer. So we're going to set it onto the axle shaft like that. And then goes the pinion. We're going to go ahead and put some grease on the pinion. Now, Chris commented on my last video that he thought I needed a new grease paintbrush. Well, it's got grease all over, up and down it, but I don't know why he thinks I need a new paintbrush. All right, we're going to slip this on, and let's put this back. We're going to set this pinion inside here on the shaft, and it's keyed to the shaft, so you have to rotate it till you get it in the right position. All right, next, that's going to want to slide down some so we can put this spring on. once you got the spring on, you can go ahead and push it all the way back up. And the next piece that's going to go on is this hat channel. Okay. And if you look inside here, this should go in. And I believe it will slide on down that shaft. I didn't try it while it was out, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, there it goes. Okay. And with that done, I can go back over here and get hold of that clip and slip that clip on. And then gently ease that hat channel back up, and that'll hold the clip in place. There we go. Okay, so the axle shaft is now properly installed. With the pinion greased, that's all ready to go. The next thing we're going to want to do is I think we're going to go ahead and put this side panel back together with the anti-reverse, and we can flip this lever and that will move the anti-reverse over out of the way, put it into override mode. And we're going to take and oil the crankshaft of this, and then we're going to go ahead and grease a little bit on the anti-reverse, and then let's go ahead and slide this in like that, and then let's go ahead and grease the teeth of the main gear. Okay, now if you want to check your anti-reverse, you can do that. You can flip this lever right here and check it. There we go, anti-reverse is functional. And if you want, we can go ahead at this point to hold all this together, slip the handle on, and let's go ahead and put the nut on, but let's not tighten it, try to tighten it down all the way yet. Got to get it on straight. There we go. All right. There we go. That has that. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and slip this in. And this has to go in a certain angle. Put that axle shaft that way. Now, if you'll look back here, there's a hump. See this hump right here? Let's see. This one had... No, this one doesn't do that hump thing. Okay. We don't have to worry about it. It just goes straight on. Okay. Yeah, it does. Okay. See here? That hump is catching on the main gear. I knew there was something to do with that hump. Okay, so let's take our main gear and hook it under the hump and then slip it in. Like so. And it's ready for its 3 screws. Okay, that should rotate. Oh, you got to keep the axle shaft forward, and we did not. And it looks like, now the washer's up here, okay. I might have to back that off because I'll let the axle shaft slide back. Let's loosen this up enough to slide this over. Get the axle shaft up on there. There we go. And then tighten this back down. And that's how it should look inside. Just like that. Now we can take the button and we're going to put a little bit of grease in the hole of the button, and just a tad on each side, and we're going to slip that in bottom first like this and up in place. Now when we go to put this on, this post right here is going to go into that hole right there on the button like that. There we go, and the button should work. So let's go ahead now and put these 3 screws in. Okay, now we're going to put this felt washer back on here. And we're going to oil that. Now I'm going to take a moment to go ahead and clean this line off of this spool prior to reinstalling it. Next part to go on is going to be the spool. Make sure that your shaft here is clean and that you're clean inside here. Mine wasn't. I had to go back and redo that. We're going to put a little grease in here so that this can spin smoothly on here. Slide this in. Okay. Well, that's going to work nicely. Oh, make sure that that pad is in. Okay, that's nice. Next thing we're going to do, I've already cleaned this up. We're going to add a little lubrication to it. We'll put some oil over here along this pivot point and on this pivot point. And then we're going to put a little bit of grease right here where that's going to ride on the center. And then we'll screw this on. Like that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That's fully functional. I don't have any line on here, so we can't test the drag. Now, you can choose to oil this or you can leave it dry. Some people oil it, some people leave it dry. I don't know what the manufacturer called for on that, but because this one's going to go in the cabinet, I'm just going to leave it dry. Now, to put this cap back on, go ahead and push your button, and that will move that pin in like that, and that will allow you to slide the cover back on. Make sure you've got it straight so you're not cross-threading it. There we go. And there you have the Shakespeare push button WonderCast 1779 reel. And like I said, this is a really nice little reel. It has not seen any hard use that I can tell. If it has, it certainly isn't showing it. Anti-reverse is working. Anti-reverse override works fine. There you go. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Tell me what you didn't like about it. And for now, that's Rick Stivers with Young Martin's Reels signing out.